What's up, nerds? We are back with another episode. Hello, welcome.
Nerds,
have you missed us? Knock, knock, knock. Is anyone there? Is anyone home?
It's the nerds. It's the nerds are here.
It's been a while since the nerds have come over and hung out, and hopefully doors are still open. Hopefully that spare key still works for us to get into the back.
I know where you keep it, but I know where the mat is. I'll reach under there, kick that door open, just say what up.
Episode 7-1 is here. We are the two hosts. My name is MJ, hanging out in the JP land. It's getting hot as shit and humid because that's what the summer's like over here. Rod knows.
Yeah.
And he is my co-nerd brethren hanging out over in Canada right now. He's been hopping in a few countries in the past few months.
Just a couple.
Now he's back in Canada. What up, man?
What's good, nerds? How we all doing? Whether you're at work, driving, sitting at home, whatever. How you doing? What up?
Yes. How are
good
you?
To be here in your little ear balls, just saying what's up. I said ear balls. That was weird. I meant like earbuds because I was holding my headphones when I said that. That came off weirder than I had anticipated. But here we are. What up?
when you're a podcast or just a bunch of nerds who love cups and balls, you know, those two words will just find their way into our vocabulary more and more.
It's always about cupping the ball or putting the ball in the cup.
With your ear balls, everyone. Hopefully you're smiling as much as we are to just be back together. This one's gonna be me and Rod hanging out because Rod has been, as I was mentioning, in different countries around the EU in Europe because of EKC. And that's what I want to kind of totally that's what I want to focus on.
Shirt on
for this one. Yeah, that's dude with the red pandas. That's one
shout out Rihanna, dude. This is Rihanna designed this one. It should I can show you the back, but it's kind of a pain. It's like a whole we're getting into it.
We're getting into it right now.
All of the ingredients for
EKC.
Sesh.
Oh, for a sesh.
It's like
the location.
The Utrecht, the live stream, glue.
After
party.
I was about to say, hopefully you're not huffing that glue.
Pictures, cash, string, set up, competition, good food,
pizza,
bikes,
the
homies.
I thought they were like kung
EKC
fu dudes. So it looked like they with the stance of that one.
Oh yeah, they got Dama. It's like Dama, Kung Dama Fu. But sponsors, judges,
EKC
Kabula
tickets.
Go. Yeah, it's a good shirt. I had to get one. It's a sick one.
The location, that's one that I saw like making its way through different players and having them wear it, and I was like, oh, is that official? Is that the official one? Is that like a sub official where it's just like on the low, like under the counter kind of?
Yeah, well, it was sold at the official booth, at the official EKC booth.
Yeah, almost like counterfeited as well as like, I mean, there was. Hold on. Not counterfeit. I'm looking a bootleg, almost like a bootleg. Yeah. Version of it, but connecting to the arts and people in the community who enjoy illustration and drawing and stuff. And I remember this is something that Tio highlighted and thought was such a cool thing during the EKC prelims earlier this year in January, where there was a T-shirt designed by Tom.
Yeah,
Patented.
You got to be a little more UK about it. I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct us if we're wrong, Tom.
Sorry, Tom. You know, there's a very famous vocalist from the band Faith No More, Mike Patton. So I think I just used to that sound, Patton.
From many bands.
Tom Patton,
Mr. Bungle.
Oh man, dude, that one split with Dillinger though.
You know I got that on vinyl.
That's the one. Okay, so so Tio focused on the arts and people who do arts, and so the pre EKC prelims, there was that shirt, right? Was that shirt available at EKC itself? Right?
No, it was not. It was exclusive to that.
That's what I'm saying. And then you have this one right now.
I'm assuming that there's none of these. I'm pretty sure they sold out actually, and they will never be made again.
Yeah. Very fun concept. Really cool.
It is sick. I mean, if you're gonna make T-shirts and things like that are so like everybody needs a T-shirt first of all, and every company like makes T-shirts with logos on them and stuff.
Yep.
So why not do it like collaborate with the community, with people who are already doing cool art and stuff?
Yeah.
Give them a chance to do some stuff, showcase your friends, like make a cool product, and then like make it special for the people who get to be there.
I mean,
I'm forever going to be upset that I didn't go to pre-KC and get one of those t-shirts. Not only for the shirt, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean,
but
just to check off your box of how many times you've been to an EKC titled something, you know? But I think it is so cool to just have a variety too, you know, for the people who are going, because of 100%. Course it's awesome to see the official merch and the goods and whatnot. But then to have that like extra spice of like, oh, limited, there's this extra one that if you're really keen on it, you can pick it up. And by the way, it supports and it's connected with, you know, someone within the community that did the design.
That was something that was pretty, like, there was a lot of that going on at EKC. Like, a lot of people had made like EKC goods, you know, like I got, like, there was the hoodies that the EKC stuff made. I got a hoodie that, like, there was an Origins hoodie that, there was only like 3 of them. They're like prototypes. I ended up getting one. There's like, I got a rolling tray with the EKC logo on it. There's like, the Origins whistle. Those are, I finally got one of the EKC whistles. I was hyped on that.
Yes. Like there was people like the round, the
little guy. Yeah. It's fucking sick. Like I made some EKC keychains. I did a whole bunch of like laser engraving and like I laser engraved like pieces of wood when I was making the trophies for EKC. I did a bunch of engraving of, I learned all sorts of stuff of how to do it. And then I also learned a lot about epoxy resin casting because that's what I made the main trophy out of. And so I made little keychains with that little formula where I laser engraved stuff and then put it into molds and then encased that in resin and just with the EKC logo on them and sold them at the event and gave some away. And I still have a bunch left over actually of not EKC ones, but just kendama ones and stuff.
Oh,
you guys want one? Hit me up. I got lots.
Dude, you got to share those so people can see them. Make a post about them.
It's true. I actually am working on doing my little website thing. I'm going to do some drops of some cool stuff and whatnot soon because I'm pretty sick of landscaping and I want to make money off of things I love instead of stuff I'm okay with. So going for it. Going a little harder at it this year. It's kind of been one of my goals.
Yes, dude. Same like with me doing you know, the other designs for kendertainment and stuff. I was thinking of like how to do that. I stopped the website that I was using was my illustration website, and I had to close that down because it was just too much to pay for another subscription of whatever on top of everything that I'm trying to do. So, and I was piggybacking off of that and using like the shop area to host the kendertainment merch. So I don't have that anymore, but I'm trying to figure out like maybe like a pre-orders type style thing because I still got designs. I'm working on one right now. Pretty stoked on it. But so that'll be hopefully in the future, maybe when you're listening to this. I feel like I always say people who are longtime listeners, and especially of the past few ones, people probably like smacking their knees like fucking MJ always saying like this should come out when this happens, and then you look at the time when we recorded the episode and when it actually fucking came out and you're like that was a good 3 months, MJ. But hey.
Life happens, but
life does
my favorite happen. Here's a little nerd tidbit for all you nerds. Maybe I've said this on here before, but maybe my favorite saying in Japanese is "sore mo mata jinsei."
Yes,
which translates directly to like that also is life.
Like
and that's so the way she goes.
Yeah. That's the way she goes. But that's the Canadian translation.
I taught Misu that that's what "sore mo mata jinsei" means. So she always says, that's the way she goes. It's fucking great. It's so much better when Mitsu says
oh my gosh. So,
hell yeah.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yes, you know, doing stuff that we all want to be doing when we're happy with our lives, I feel like it's such a shift within like the mindset of maybe like our generation.
I mean, I feel like it's something that everybody's always wanted, but there hasn't always been like possibility for it as much as it has been recently with the internet and like just being able to connect with more like-minded people around the world and stuff, right? Like imagine what the kendama community would be like if there was no internet. Like, would we even know of each other? Like, you know, would there be anything? It would just be you and me sitting here talking and maybe a couple homies like just walking by listening. And that would be the Dama nerds.
Dude,
people would be walking by and be like, oh, look at these Dama nerds.
Dude, not even. I mean, if you bring it down to that, like, no, like even when you moved to Japan, we wouldn't have been able to do the show because you're like,
who knows if that would have happened
away. Okay. If we want to go down that rabbit hole of
I mean, yeah, who knows? You know what? I don't want to think about that. Fuck that. This is great how it is.
Everything, but I want to keep on writing this one because everything would have been, yes, completely different, but I feel like the communities, the local communities would have been maybe fluctuating with like how many people are in it and like about the Dama.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like the core people would be fucking
Yeah, we'd all still
like,
be here. We'd just be
oh,
alone
like,
with like our
yeah,
local homies, I guess. Not
yeah,
alone, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think it would be like super strong. And I feel like that is one essence that was really strong. Like when kendama was starting in 2012 and stuff, 13, 14, and more of the global community was like connecting because of World Cup and whatnot and people
Uh-huh.
traveling. That's when it like kind of opened up. But before it was like you were just watching through this fucking little window of YouTube of what these other groups, these homies hanging out together, what their enjoyment of this same skill toy was. It was just like it was like reading an awesome book to see these different characters in this different
Totally.
environment, but you're connected with through the kendama.
Hmm.
And like I still miss that. My side of that has completely disintegrated. You know, Sulab
Mm.
was the location in my area.
Yeah, yeah.
Hung out. We had a Tuesday night jams every week, and that's when we would get together. This was pre
Hell yeah.
kids for me.
Tuesdays. Hmm.
Always Tuesdays, right? Back in the day. And we met so many people. We created so many local like events and connecting with like even the town when they're doing something. And you can see this, there's people in the community who are doing this within their towns,
Hmm.
of like reaching out, be like, oh, there's this festival happening. Hey, can we do a kendama booth? There's this thing.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it was like it, of course, it's me just reminiscing about it, but it's sad that it's now gone. At least with in my situation, Sulab, the location has
Mm.
closed down.
But I mean,
Uh,
that being said, you still there's still the local homies. There's still Kawagoe homies and stuff. You just have to somebody has to take the step to arrange a meeting,
true,
essentially.
true, true. Yes, yes.
And
And
invite everyone so that everyone knows there's a space and a
and no,
time. Yeah, it's like,
no.
"Yo,
Yes,
nerds,
yeah.
we're seshing. Come
Nerds
to the park."
seshing, which I'm sure all the Dama dads out there understand that that
Mm.
can be a difficult
'Cause,
thing,
for
but
example, like, the
that's
same
fine.
thing happened here in Vancouver, we don't have the Terra
Oh,
shop here anymore.
oh
I have my
yeah.
workshop, but it's not conducive to having people there. It's a workshop.
Hmm.
It's a shared space, so I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But we still have Tuesday jam every Tuesday. We still do it. And we just
Yes.
meet in places, and we have like a group chat on Instagram. The
Okay.
Just a group chat of all the people in Vancouver that play kendama, and we're just like, "Yo, what up? We jamming today, J Raj. Let's go,
Nice.
Jonathan Rogers Park." And go chill. Still going. It's been more than 10 years we've been doing that. Obviously, not
Whoa.
every Tuesday, but
Yes, yes.
mhm,
But usually it
it's sick.
happens.
So
That's
it's yeah.
what it's
If
about.
where there's a will, there's a way. Just gotta do it.
That's true. So even without the internet, I guess, well,
Mhm.
no, if
Well, I
you
mean, that
guys
is with
connect
the internet.
through the internet,
Yeah.
you'd probably
Mhm.
find some, you'd just be
Who
calling
knows?
people.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if I would have been able to get to and like know about the EKC and like all this stuff that I just did, let alone like the BKC, like that little event, after event, out on a farm in the middle of nowhere. It was so hard to get to, even,
Oh my,
like,
oh, okay, okay. Well, hey, everyone, let's pivot
but
into the story of EKC 2025 is one that went off, seemed
Mm,
amazing from the outside eyes of people being
mm.
voyeurs of the whole event, like myself, watching through the lens of the cameras that Cody Grizz set up from the Sweets stream, Twitch
Yeah.
stream. Awesome to see, awesome to be able to feel a part of it in some ways and see what it
Mhm.
was like in this version of it at a new location, new city, um, and to see the difference of last year because I went last year. I was very
Mhm.
fortunate enough to go last year, and it was so amazing to do
Mm.
that, to meet people. And I felt like, yeah, like probably just because there's a lot of different parts that made it really special, and especially in my shoes. But
Yeah.
Also, I haven't gone to many kendama events as of recent, and to go to a
Yes.
big one like that was in a totally different environment.
Mm.
The
Well, that's what I
setting
was
was
gonna say.
completely
Outside of
different.
Japan, for you is
Yeah.
not normal
Yeah,
either.
oh, I forgot about that, dude. That was the number one the first ever event that I've been outside of Japan. I've never been to
That's
any in the
crazy.
US. And well, I mean, because I got into kendama when I got here,
Yeah.
2008, 7. So, and then you know, but I was at the first EKC. EKC? No, no, I wasn't at the first EKC.
KWs.
KWC.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
things are hard to remember sometimes.
A lot of acronyms, yeah.
KWC. And
I was at both the first EKC and the first KWC. So
dude, the amount there should where's Burl with the trophies? We need to make like
early.
a special like most traveled kendama player.
I mean,
Like who has been to the most countries? Let me see your passport. How many stamps have you
oh,
got? Or there could be like a stamp rally that like all the kendama events, like there's some organization
mm.
that like makes a stamp that gives to every event that happens, and like you can create and
Oh,
you could collect the stamps like in Japan, they got
yeah,
the
yeah. I was gonna
station, the train
say,
station stamp rally
yeah.
shits.
Mm-hmm. That could be
See
kind
how
of
many
sick,
fucking
actually.
stamps you get.
We could do something like that. That sounds fun.
That sounds hilarious. But in any
I do like
case,
collecting stamps.
yeah, no, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah. I mean, and this trip to Europe was one of those where, I was collecting stamps, but I didn't get as many as I would like. It was for me, this EKC was obviously, it was amazing. It was such a good time to be at the event and with all those beautiful people and stuff, and just witnessing all that sick, wonderful vibes and all this shit.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of build up to it for me.
Oh my
Tio asked me
gosh.
to make the trophies when I was in Hokkaido in February. He talked to me,
Whoa.
and I was like, "Whoa, that's sick!" Like, yeah, I'm super down. I have some ideas already, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, but when I got home, I started working on it and figuring out ways to actually make my ideas come to life. And like, it was a lot of work that I put in, and it's all stuff that I've never done before. I'd never used a
Mm.
laser engraver. I'd done a little bit of epoxy resin stuff, and that's what made me think of that, is because I had a little bit of experience where I've made 2 kendamas where I poured the resin, and one of
Yeah.
them broke, and I haven't finished it because it's broken and I don't know what to do with it yet.
Mm.
So, for example, you know,
Yep. Yep.
so it was a lot to take on, and it was just like I was working every day, but then like going to the shop after to work in the shop for like 5, 6 hours almost every day, especially for the last like month leading up to it,
Yeah.
just to get everything done. I made 2 sets of trophies, 2 sets of medals. So 12 things, 12 trophies altogether.
What
And then
was
plus all the
the
stuff I was trying to sell. What
Yes.
was the what?
Yes. What was the because you had the main trophies for first place for freestyle and open,
Yes.
correct? And then you made
Yes.
first, second, third. But the things that like the tall, vertically tall,
Yeah, the tall guys. So
the tall
a few
guys were first place. And then you
yes.
had second and third, which so they were the same, right? From
They
the
were all different. So here's a
but they
picture
look
of
the
the full
same.
lineup. You
There
can
was
oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
right,
so
right, yeah.
the open and the freestyle sets were the
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I made
There we
2 of
go.
each. And then the medals were for the beginner and intermediates. And
Oh,
those were
beginner
all the
intermediates.
same as well. So the
Okay.
beginner firsts were and the intermediate first were the same essentially.
Yes. Okay.
But again,
okay.
these are like handmade things. Like there were discrepancies. Like the wood grain was very different in some of them. Like
Yep.
I made mistakes on one that I didn't in the other. I fixed them in this way or that way, stuff like that. So like you would never know looking at the finished product, but that is the reality of how it worked.
Yeah, the second version you made was a little better than the first one.
Not necessarily that so much, but like more like I did something funny here. Like it's, for example, if I'm cutting the wood and I did something stupid and cut too much or like caught or something, and then it was like, well, now I have to change the shape here a little bit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like I think it was the open first place and had the base of them. The open one was just a little bit bigger than the freestyle one.
Oh,
Not by
okay,
much,
yeah.
like probably
Yeah.
like 2 millimeters maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I
Super
noticed
slick.
it because obviously because I spent so many hours looking at it and stuff.
Yep.
But anyway, what I'm getting at was did all this work. I laser engraved and encased all those keychains to sell. I made over 100 of those because I made a few batches and was like, this is fun, this is sick, but these are trash. I can do better. And so I'm like, and every batch I did, I'm like learning. So I'm like, oh fuck, I just got to do this and it's better. Oh, now I just got to do this and it's better. And so by the end of it, I was making sick ones, but by that point, I had already made like 100 also. So I had so many of them. And I was just trying to sell those and stuff and like give them away as prizes. I had little challenge at my booth, like normal, which somebody fucking walked away with my I did have a dragon blade, but that's what I was gonna say. Somebody walked away with my dragon blade. It disappeared from my booth. So if you're listening and you have my dragon blade, fucking bad juju at you, you motherfucker.
Juju. Sour eyes your direction. But hey,
anyway, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I have another one somewhere. I'll be able to find them, but like it's just the principle of the matter. But
yes,
anyway,
exactly.
So I had all these things that I worked on and built up to get ready for EKC. To the point where like I was in the shop until 10 p.m. the night before I flew, and my flight was at like 8 in the morning.
Oh, so man.
And I hadn't even packed yet. I had got home and I had to like engrave all the cans, make all the name cards, which I didn't even finish. I did half of them and then threw them in the bag and brought the scale and everything. I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it later.
Oh shit.
And then I had to pack, and I packed up all the trophies, like protecting them nice. And
yes.
I of course was.
Did you get stopped with like bag check? Like what are those things?
On the way back, yes, but not on the way there.
Okay, because they see what Amsterdam you're coming from, sir.
Yeah, but I mean Canada.
You have dreadlocks on your,
and it's cheaper.
Do you have dreadlocks in your passport? How old is your passport?
I do still, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 10-year passport. And it's actually it's due in 2027 it expires. So I still got a couple years.
Yeah. Nice.
I got it in 2017. My picture is like I have a mask, like you can see I was wearing a respirator all day because I came from the shop. Back then it was the Terra shop, but yeah.
Yes. So not only all those things you were getting ready, on top of that, I remember like we were in contact because I was trying to think, I remember us talking and you're like, ooh, I'm gotta get on my flight. Holy shit. And we were talking because I had to get to you the fucking the mini zine trailer for EKC documentary, as well as the bigger one, the zine, the Skol Plane zine, mini zine.
Yeah, I still have a few of those that I didn't get folded up in time because I lost the scissors. That's another thing, disappeared. I borrowed some scissors from Kiara and they just vanished. So I'm sorry, Kiara. I still owe you a pair of scissors, but so I couldn't cut them. I couldn't fold them anymore, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, I printed extra this time. I printed 120 rather than 100. Oh, and just to have extra. Actually. Yeah. And I think I folded almost 100 and got rid of all. Gave those ones away. So I still have. Yeah.
In the work.
Classic, like at the booth, fucking full. I had to find a place, a print shop in Leiden. I went there and did it, and Kiara helped me out.
The man, you are the man for that.
Because we made it happen.
Totally. It was awesome. Hopefully, everyone who picked up on you enjoyed it. Something that this one was one that we all really combined our forces of collaboration for this one. For me, Dan, and Rod. Yeah. Rod did most of the heavy lifting, and you could say
the physical work. You guys gave me the stuff to print, but I did I manifested it.
Yes, I was able to pass out. So that's fucking awesome. And another like cool thing, because the first one that I had the idea of and came out was EKC last year, 2024. Yeah. So
exactly
stoked to be able to. I think that was another like kind of like fire to be like, got to get one for this time too.
And now I'm starting to like, where all these events are always in the same cities. So now I'm starting to, I know where the print shops are now. So fuck it, let's keep making. I just need some of you nerds to come help me fold them because that fucking sucks. That's the worst part.
Gosh, dude! I tell you, last time when I was in the same situation where I'm like packing last minute for last year going to EKC, and what was it? I fucked up the printouts while I was at my house. And I had I was missing like 50 or something of them. And I was just like, shit, what am I going to do? I was like, I guess maybe when I get to Europe, I'll try to figure it out. But while I was at the airport in was I flying Haneda? Narita? I forgot. Anyways, at the airport, I found a Konbini convenience store.
Of
For
course
those who
they'd
don't know,
print
the
for you.
Konbini, and they
Konbini does
had,
everything.
yeah, they had a copy machine. I was like, oh, sweat! This may happen right now, and I was able to do it. But yeah, these last minute things are
I mean,
just a commonality within maybe kendama players, or
I think it's just like creatives, you know, like we have a lot of things we want to do, and we're trying to do all of them while maintaining ourselves just as adults. I mean, you have 3 kids and a wife and a house, and I'm just by my damn self, and I'm struggling over here. Jesus. But I mean, it's just it's part of life. It's part of, you know, everything is a little tough sometimes. You just gotta make it happen, push through.
So, dude, you're talking about all these things that leading up to EKC.
Yeah.
But there was a massive event, premiere that happened before.
Yes.
That has you heavily involved.
Yes,
there was the High Receipts film by Matthew Ballard.
Yes, sir.
And
I got I'm looking at the picture book right here. It was
that picture book that is so legit. That's a fat, thick picture book with a lot of pictures that you took, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot that I took are in there. A lot that Soma took. A lot that Oscar took. A lot that Matt took. We were all snapping mad photos the whole shoot, the whole time.
Man,
it was that trip got me really into photography. I am now like super nerding out. I just bought a new camera when I came back from Europe.
Whoa.
And like a digital, because I'm sick of paying for film. I'm still gonna shoot film, but
I was about to say that essence, that you know, that
no,
grain,
like
you
can't beat it. The film photos are so much better.
I feel like
they are. So, for example, you want to know why? Well, the big thing was because, I'm sorry to cut you off, but this was my second time with this camera where I shot a roll of film that just did not come out. So the first time for me was in Hokkaido. I had one roll that just, I guess I didn't load it in the camera properly, and the film didn't pull out. So every time I took a photo, it wasn't exposing anything. So when I went to get it developed, it was just blank, the entire roll.
Whoa.
And then this time, no, they actually did refund me, which was nice.
Yeah.
This time, one of my rolls, I got 4 photos in, and then for whatever reason on I think it was the 5th frame, it just like I exposed the same frame like I don't even know how many times. I have this crazy amalgamation of images, all like crazy. It's kind of cool, but not what I fucking wanted. And this was during the BKC, the Baguette Kendama Cup, which was in France. And so there was so many cool photos of like the cows and like the dance party. There was like, dude, they made a kendama like out of wood, like that was taller than me. Yes. And they had a crane, like a legit fucking crane.
Yes.
His buddy is like building this stone house on the farm. This farm is crazy. They do everything there. It's all super DIY, like very sick, very anarchy, like just free. Everybody just like communal, like it's so fucking sick. But so they had this legit crane, and they hung this giant fucking kendama from there, and then ran a string of lights off of it into a ball. So like it had it was just all lit up on this crane hanging above the dance floor where we had this dance party that DJ's playing, and had like people bring out this big sound system and shit. Dude, it was awesome. It was so much fun. It was like, anyway, so I had all these pictures of all this cool stuff, not to mention like all the homies. I don't even remember all of it now. And it didn't turn out. I got 4 photos out of it, which there were some good ones, but like, luckily I did shoot a second roll while I was there, because when I was winding it, I felt like it didn't wind up fully. I was like, that was short. Like I felt it like you can feel the film go back into it. Yeah. So now I'm all paranoid. So the one I shot afterwards, I'm like, every time I like click the shot, like after I shoot something and I like pull the film to the next exposure, I'm like, I'm watching the little spin wheel turn to make sure that it's like actually moving. So I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that anymore, because it's like $20 for a roll of film, and it's like $20 to develop it. And not only that, but like because it's film, it's so special. I like take the time to like really think about what I'm going to take a photo of. You know?
That's what I wanted to say before.
And that's part of what the digital is nice, but because I can just fucking snap and whatever.
Yep.
But it doesn't have that same. Yeah, but like I try to approach the digital the same way as I have been with the film, where I'm trying to make every photo like something cool. And I've like been going back and looking at them afterwards and being like, these are just kind of, I would take this on my phone. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do with this camera.
Okay.
Kind of thing, like, so I'm just trying to like hone it because I don't really know much about it. And like,
Yeah.
I got to spend a lot of time with Oscar and Matt Ballard doing the photo shoot, and they gave me a lot of tips and stuff about things. And obviously talking to Matt Ballard about film is like, like the master here. Just like, yes, yes, I'm writing all of this down actually.
Yeah.
But then like, Oscar's also been taking photos forever. And like, I just hung out with Oscar too in Les Deux Alpes up in the mountains in France.
Yeah.
And like, and Lyon as well. But, and like, yeah, just talking to him about stuff and playing with his camera was also what got me stoked on buying a digital camera. And it's not like, it's like kind of it's a Fujifilm X10 for all of you camera nerds out here. I got it right here. So it kind of mimics old film. It has like built-in presets of old film. It was made in like 2012. It's kind of like a bare bones camera that some people really, really love, and some people just don't have any time for it. So it's very specific. It's kind of like, in my mind, it's kind of like how I make music on a Game Boy, how it's very limited to like this little box of sounds. I feel like this camera is like that with digital photography, where it is a digital camera, but it's also very limited in its own little box. Where it has a built-in lens, you can only do so much. It has this and that. There is a lot you can fuck with it once you know all the little intricate settings and stuff, the same as the Game Boy. So that's kind of just the way I've been approaching it. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's a fun thing that hanging out with those dudes and like being around film and just like seeing all this stuff and like being in all these special moments that I want to capture. Like really, it was inspiring to like want to do it, especially after shooting a few and getting some like really sick photos, like way sicker than I ever thought they would be. And I was like, whoa, I should keep doing this because this is dope.
Yes. Yeah, dude. No, it's been awesome to see your pictures come out, and it's like really dope to get into, a different or to see Rod in a different light in ways because we know you as the kendama player, the freestyler, and like the going out for a rip bud Canadian. But then, if we look into your past, we see the short-haired Rod on the bass fucking with the metal and stuff. And who knows, maybe some of you have been lucky enough to see him shred on a skateboard. What else do we have?
Some have. Dude. Actually on the bass thing, that was one thing. We're kind of hopping around all over the place, but at BKC, out on the farm, there was one of the guys who brought the sound equipment and stuff. They set up a jam day. So the way BKC worked was there was a whole bunch of people. I want to say between 30 to 40 people maybe were there that came to the farm, plus the like 10, 20 people that live on the farm regularly. And they had some volunteers and stuff, and whatever. We're all camping there. And just there's like a big communal kitchen that was set up at one of the houses. They set up like dry toilets for everyone to use. They thought of everything, like, and so they provided all the food. Tim even like went and bought like, I think it was 6 or 8 kegs of beer and a kegerator. So we had all the beer we could drink. They had a crepe station, and they were like 24 hours a day you can have crepes, whatever you want. It didn't really end up being like that because we didn't take advantage of enough for them to make it that, but it was available at one point, 24-hour crepes. And so it was just this hanging out, like it was like a 4-day thing on the farm. Everybody was just like chilling. There was supposed to be a competition at some point, but there wasn't really. And just like, lots of hanging out. Like I was saying, Buddy set up a jam day the one day, so he brought over a drum set. They had a guitar, like electric guitar, a bass, and then somebody brought out a synth, and we were all just jamming. Like, like a lot of people didn't know I played bass. So like, fuck yeah. Like, and like a lot of people were playing I didn't know played, and I was kind of like, oh, and it was just super sick to just be in there in session. At one point I plugged in my Game Boy and we did like a live jam with the Game Boy and the synth, which I had never done before. And was like kind of, because the way the Game Boy works, it was kind of difficult.
It's like a program, right?
So I was like
input. All that shit.
I like put in a sound and then like shaped it while we were going into a drum, and so it's like that, and then after like that was going, now the synth guy is going, so I'm like, I'm just gonna add shit onto that. So now I'm adding the drum kit synthesizer over that, so it's instead of just it's like or something like that, and just fucking around, having fun with it, and it's super fun. Just like really good vibes. Like there was so much going on there. They had we made pizza the one day. So it's a huge farm, like acres and acres of land. They have so much cattle and like they grow wheat and stuff. They make their own bread. They sell bread at the markets and stuff, and cheese and like milk and stuff like that from the cows. Like
Whoa.
pretty self-sufficient farm. Like it's
And
pretty.
the farm is owned by a kendama player?
No, it is
Okay.
not. So anybody who knows the Euro scene, Timothée Bertolo, Tim,
Yeah,
the penguin guy,
penguin dude.
who used to be on Native Kendamas and now is on Origins. He moved out to this farm a couple years ago, I believe, maybe a year ago. I think it was a couple years ago. No, anyway. And this was just like, this has been a communal farm that's been set up like that for years and years and years. I think I met the guy who founded it. I met a whole bunch of people. I actually don't remember all of their rules and stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of people involved, and it's called La Borderbe, and it's fucking this nice little spot near the biggest, like the closest biggest city is called Angers, and it's spelled like anger.
Okay.
And there was another smaller town really close that we biked to the one day, and we did a little school demonstration. It was really fun. They just got the kids together, and like the 10 of us just stood there and we just like did some tricks, and we did a little mock freestyle battle, me versus Keo, and I smoked him. The kids chose me. It was sick.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was super fun event. What else was there? They had they had people set up with screen printers, so they were like, and like everything was by donation, right? So it was like, we're gonna do all this stuff, and this is kind of what it's gonna cost. They were very open with everything. They made a big board of like what things were costing and what they expected it to cost. So this is about what you should pay for us to break even. And if you would like to pay more, we would love that. If you can't pay this much, pay what you can, and then hopefully people who can pay more will to like offset that.
Okay.
Just as like everybody just coming together doing what they can, essentially.
Again, community,
right? Yeah. And it was very cool, man. There was a lot of like more like awareness of things that you don't usually see at events as much. Like there was signs up that they had that were like about consent with people, and like just like being, like don't like, here we sit down to pee, don't piss on the seat, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just like common courtesy things even, but like above and beyond even. Like one of the things that was fun that I enjoyed was that because it's like obviously a weird stigma for women to be topless, and it's not the same for everyone. They asked that men weren't completely topless, but they had a box full of crop tops that you could choose from. They made a whole bunch of funky crop tops. So if you look at on my Instagram,
you got a Tim, funky crop top edit.
Yeah, exactly. I made a little edit with me and Tim the one day. And we were wearing different crop tops in every shot. That was his idea.
Yeah. And that's the one, if I recall correctly, ends with you carrying the massive
the big kendama.
Big kendama
exactly.
that you bring.
Well, just the Ken.
So it seems like those rules that were there were from the community before. It's not like it's for the event. It was because the event happened within that community that you were exposed to that community's rules and stuff.
That community is not usually used to having a big whack of nerds just coming over on their farm like that. You know, like
how many people?
I'm about 30 or 40, I believe it was. I'm not 100% sure, but it was about that much.
Mostly Frenchies?
A lot of Euro homies. There was like some American homies. Was there anybody? Nobody from Japan came out. All the Japanese homies went to Copenhagen. That was the unfortunate thing, was that the Nordic Kendama Cup in Copenhagen was the same weekend. So it kind of split the squad from EKC, which
you had to make a choice.
Honestly, like it's kind of better for both maybe to have smaller events, because it changes the vibe, If it was just the same EKC squad rolling over Europe, and that would be kind of sick too, actually. But
I mean, it's cool to have an option, possibly. Like, it depends on how you look at it, but like maybe the next year you go to the other thing.
Exactly. And like the Nordic Kendama Cup was more of a competition vibe, whereas the BKC was more of a chilling vibe.
Yeah.
So there was that kind of is different. People are in this for different things. Like, so all the people who wanted to compete and like try their hand at winning a competition went to Copenhagen.
Hence all the Japanese kids.
And it was funny. I was bugging Soma, because I was like, Soma of all people would have loved it so much. And also we'd had a pizza night where like the dough made on the farm.
Okay.
They made a whole bunch of dough.
Yeah.
And like all the pizza sauce made there with tomatoes from the local region, you know,
that's his backyard. That's his kitchen.
They made a giant pizza oven on a trailer and dragged it in on the little car. They made it that day. And I was on dinner duty that day, and we busted out like about 100 pizzas.
Oh,
and the reason I say Soma would love that is because Soma works at a pizza spot in Hokkaido.
Yeah,
with his parents on Yummy's Pizza, and
yeah,
they have a thing where like every day before he goes, like, how many pizzas today? And if you guess right, then they have a big party, and they like bring like, you know, it's a whole thing.
Whoa,
Bust out the weed, and fucking everybody's like, yeah, you guessed it right. Like, it's so funny, man. So I was like, yo, we made 100 today, motherfucker. Where are you? Yeah, it was super funny.
Pictures of like grilled cheese, pepperonis.
No grilled cheese.
No, but like grilling cheese on melted cheese.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know, whatever the pizza slicers.
Me up to here in pizza sauce and toppings.
Yeah.
We were going fast, man. There was a lot of people to feed. It was sick,
man.
It was a really, really fun time.
Interesting, very interesting. Who set that one up? Is that all Tim?
That was Tim's thing. Yeah. So the Baguette Kendama Cup has been an event before, and I've been to it before.
Yeah.
In the past they've held it in Rambouillet mostly, which is another small town in France. And there was at a skate park the one year. It's been at a couple places. There was one or two, of course, that I wasn't at. I've only been to a couple of them.
Yeah. I remember one where it was like was it like a tag team kind of doubles thing? I just remember like
they might have had that.
Barry doing something with
that's Kenfest, I think.
Oh,
it was Barry and Goya.
Yeah. Mixing them up.
Yeah. Which Kenfest.
Wasn't he like rolling? He was rolling a J Dog while
he rolled a cigarette. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Barry can roll a cigarette faster than most people can light their cigarette, I think.
Yeah, it's
kind of fucked up, actually.
One of those bar tricks.
So yeah, so it was like 3, 2, 1, go, and he just like rolled a cigarette while Goya did like around the world or something. And I don't know what the trick was. It's probably harder than that, knowing him.
Yeah,
it's probably a round border flip, or some shit like that.
And he was able to do it.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that might have also been the Kenfest that Goya threw up on the stage, but that's a side note.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there. I just saw the clip. But,
the clip, there was a clip, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I seen that kind of hits my memory banks.
But dude, Timmy Tama.
I mean that's just oh my gosh. That's what happened after EKC.
Yeah. This was like the little event. So we're getting like I was saying, we're kind of hopping all over the place.
Hopefully you're still with us.
A little bit.
Roll it back
a little bit.
Back to
EKC.
EKC. You got your shit ready.
We did the whoa. Yeah. Yeah, we got the sorry, I forgot. You're on the right track.
Right?
I thought we were missing something, but we
addressed
it already. High receipts. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
High receipts film.
Big moment. That was huge.
Massive.
I wanted,
dude. A resurgence, or not resurgence, a fucking like the Phoenix rebirthed out of the fucking ashes of Matt Ballard's I wouldn't say like his kendama career, but his presence within the kendama community.
Kendama films. Oh,
you know,
dude. Man. That was a crazy moment to like finally be in the theater, see that shit play with a room full of people, and like just to hear everyone's reactions. Cause like I've spent so many hours talking with Matt, being like, and we'd be like, sometimes he was kind of like, man, this part's like funny, right? Like this is gonna be like funny. And I was like, dude, I think this is gonna be funny as fuck. Like, you know, because we're like, we've watched it so many times, we're like losing ourselves in it, you know?
Yep. You go like too much, and you're trying to like lose the simplicity of some scenes or some of the shots.
I think it went so well. It was like, that was also my first time seeing the final cut that he did. I'd seen a few versions up until then, but like, so there was like a scene in it that I hadn't seen yet, which I was very excited about. And I'm not going to spoil it for you nerds. Don't worry.
Dude.
There's a very, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a very good chance that there will be another screening soon-ish in Japan. During KWC times. So you might be in luck, MJ.
Ooh.
You might be in luck, but we'll see. But that was a huge moment for that to finally come out
Massive.
and to like be with the kids there, like the higher seats kids coming down the stairs before it starts, like all dressed in their black
their
suits and
lasers and shit. Yeah.
like holy fuck, it was awesome, dude. And we did like a little Q&A afterwards where like
Yeah.
I just like grabbed the mic and was like, yo, what up? We're gonna do some questions, whatever. And I kind of hosted it. Just I volunteered to be like, yo, like I can help them translate whatever. And it was like, they don't fucking need me. My little boys are all grown up. They're all
dude. Yeah.
Even Yasu was just like straight English and like he was struggling a little bit, but he was getting his point across, you know?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
that was one of those where I was like standing there and I was like, should I like try and help him? I was like, no, I'm gonna let him just do his thing. He's crushing.
Yes.
He's crushing.
Exactly.
And yeah, it was really cool to see everybody's reactions. One cool thing too that I don't know if everybody outside of being there knows was that Oscar designed a bunch of movie posters, like straight up like film posters that you would see at a movie theater kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was, I think, 6 different ones.
Right.
I don't remember.
One of like the gang and then of each
individual,
and
then one
right?
of each of them.
Yeah.
And then there was one of just the kendama as well. There was like there's a shot of a kendama on the table that zooms up to Yasu being in bed at his place in the movie.
Yeah.
It's such a sick shot. And that was one screen grab that made it into a poster.
Okay.
But yeah, and it was everybody who came was gifted. They could take up to 3 of those posters for free. And it took me forever to get them wrangled and up there, but I got all the kids up to the top of the stairs and pushed through everyone. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Of course, Soma's nowhere to be found. I had to go get his fucking ass, get him up there. But they were up there signing posters for everyone too. So
yes,
that was like an hour and a bit of just like they were all sitting there just frantically signing shit.
Yeah.
It was some movie star shit, dude. I was sitting there like, and I was like basically working. They were like, Rock, can you get us some water? I'm like, hell yeah, I got you guys. You know, like run down, get some water.
Yeah.
Markers stopped working.
Keep the line going. No talking.
I was selling the books, you know, like I was working. I was helping them get posters. It was sick. But it was dope though. It was such a nice experience to like see everybody's like reaction to it, for them to finally have that moment because they worked so hard on it, like Matt included, you know, and getting to like talk about it with the community a bit. So I'm really excited about the prospect of there being more screenings. There will be more screenings eventually at some point, wherever they may be, whenever they may be at. Oh, but it will be around. It's not going to go the route of Dama Girl where it just disappears, which pisses me off because I never got to see it.
I never got me neither. There was I think like 2 screenings or possibly just one.
I had
one
a chance
public
to go to one.
Then there was one quietly, like just for certain people.
I was invited to that one, and I was like hungover and didn't want to make the trip across Tokyo for it or something.
There
like
you
that.
go.
I was like, I'll see it when it comes out, and didn't come out. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there was a movie made in Japan called Dama Girl. And it starred Noah and Yua. And yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a movie.
More of a It seemed it was like a Japanese. It's easy for me to say because I can understand like what a Japanese like drama TV kind of or movie drama is like. It's very I don't know, like for me super boring. It's like super played out. Like it's
like the format itself.
I see what's gonna you totally know what's coming around the corner.
It's like a Hallmark movie in North America. You know, it's
definitely.
Like they're putting like different bits of different characters into the same format.
There's
you know, like, oh, there's this goal. Oh my God, we're such good friends. Oh, we have to battle for this goal.
Oh no.
Oh no. And then it turned out all we had to do was be good friends and we both win. Oh, you know, like that kind of shit.
And then just you know, a few hints of like just weirdness. For me, I just think it's like amazing to just it would have been amazing to hear or not to see, because I've heard to see all of the highlighted people who are in it, all the cameos.
There's
in
some
there.
shit in that movie. I was in it, so it was based around like the freestyle kendama championships of kendama. And the two main characters are trying to go to that, and we had Catch and Flow the one day, and the day after Catch and Flow they kept the venue, kept it all set up. And they filmed
in the venue
on the Catch and Flow stage. They had all the players come and like be a part of the stage. I have videos, dude, because we had to be like well, like, like you would at Catch and Flow screaming,
Yes.
but they're filming it, so they wanted us to be quiet.
No audio, yeah.
No audio, everybody's freaking out. It's the weirdest clip in the world. I got Jake Weens just going on the stage, like just gesturing
just
super
hear,
hard.
It's like basketball, like sneaker, like screeches on the floor.
Actually,
and just people like
so
kind of
funny, man.
breathing heavily. The if anyone wants more information on that, we did a Nerds episode with the Soul Squad plus MASH, where we talked more in depth about that.
We did.
So go check that one out. That was a year or more ago, but
it was
so different from that film.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see Dama
very different
at some point. But
dude, that needs to happen.
Very different. It's not going to go that route. You will be able to see it at some point.
I'm so excited. If anyone is who's lucky enough to pick up a copy of Skol Plane Volume 3 at EKC, which Rod was passing out, as well as if you are someone who's supporting over on Patreon for Kendertainment, you have access to Skol Plane Volume 3. And the coolest thing I think is that there's a full page interview with Matt that I did. I chatted with him over the phone, and I just turned everything into text and put it in there. And it's a really cool, like, just deep dive. There's actually a lot of information about how it went down, how he felt during the whole process, how important, Rod and Oscar was in the creation of it. So if you haven't checked that out, and if you're a Patreon supporter, log into Patreon and check that out. It's really, really cool. Only place you can see it. But
good stuff.
Awesome. High Receipts. Massive opening into what was to happen the next day. EKC, this event that has taken over not taken over, but has really taken the spotlight of kendama events within our community. Like, I mean, it's the one to go to now. Before, of course, like Japan, everyone wants to go to the motherland of kendama and stuff, but it's like, yo, EKC, it's different. And all the people who have traveled like you around the world to the different events notice, and you see like, hey, this one, you gotta.
I mean, it really set itself apart from the other events early on, and I feel like it also made other events like it put the whole community of events into a perspective in a way, where like there was like this like lineup of events that's always there, and then EKC came in and boom, wedged themselves right in the middle of it and kind of pushed everyone into their spot, where like now we look at other events where it's like, okay, like EKC is what Catch and Flow was trying to do. What Catch and Flow was lacking was the Euro audience with the fucking hype shit, because the Japanese audience does not get as hype. Everyone is so reserved and quiet and just golf clapping. Like that's not the vibe.
They're luckily, the energy passed from the other foreign players out of there. I think it gets the ball moving
100%.
But compared to the Euro squad that is just so passionate and just like, it's like, if you go to a comedy show, like, you're prepared to laugh. And most of the time you'll probably laugh at even like kind of like crappy jokes, but you're just like having a good time. You're there for the vibe. You're there to enjoy yourself. And you kind of like open up a little more, where I feel
I see
in Japan, it's like they still, maybe even in the US too, you can tell me about that, because I don't know in North America, there's still like, I don't know, like don't open up completely. There's still a little bit of like, oh, I gotta act like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you wait until like the end, or like the big finisher, where in EKC, everyone like, again, it's got to be because of the music is just fucking bumping that. It keeps the fucking momentum that even when the person's performing on stage, even if it's just like juggles to like slip up and fix the string or something, everyone's still like grooving.
Hell yeah.
And that's what kept that BPM going.
Yeah,
and that's like the event.
That's a Euro vibe thing, like
the competition.
The music that they play, like all that vibe. That's like European vibe more so.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so, and that's kind of what I was saying, where it's like it really put itself in a place where like the other ones kind of fell in their own place too. Where like KWC became this other thing where it's like it's showcasing these players like in a different way. you know, and it's giving them a box to perform in rather than
I like that one, dude.
yeah, rather than like just being freestyle, because that's just what it is, you know. And yeah, it's just a different form of expressing it, because like you're seeing the same people on the podiums of all of these events, you know, like the same players are able to be at the top of all of these ones because they are that similar in that they're all kendama, but they all have their own flavor to them, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's like, you know, all the fast food joints you go to, it's all fast food, but each burger is different. Each fry.
That's right.
Which fry's the best fucking fry? Everyone's got their own take on that.
The fucking kendama fry, bro. That's the one. No ketchup needed. Fucking hell yeah.
So 2 days, you're in a new location now, Utrecht. Utrecht.
Yes, Utrecht. I don't actually know how to say it the Dutch way, but.
And tell me, how was that? Because until then, it has always been in
Leiden,
one place, in Leiden, at the Wee Bar.
I was honestly like a little bit sad that it wasn't at Wee Bar. I did get to go to Wee Bar because we went there before going to Utrecht. I was with Tio and Seven. I helped him set up the prize bags. That's where everything got shipped to, and we actually brought the stage and a bunch of this, like the pizza making stuff, all the food making stuff, all that shit from Wee Bar, loaded into a truck and brought it to Kabula Gogo in Utrecht. And set it up there and did it all there. So it was a Wee Bar event, but in Utrecht at a bigger venue.
Okay. Yeah.
And the venue was
there.
Massive. Yeah, Kavian was there. Max was there. All the guys from Wee Bar. Like, yeah. I stayed at Kavian's place the one night in Leiden too. He's such a homie. Shout out.
Nice. Dude.
He came out to the BKC farm after BKC, but he came out to the farm for a night as well.
Nice.
He was on his way to a festival in Portugal.
There we go. Oh man.
But, yeah, it was
new location, new
crazy
spot.
venue.
Yeah,
the city was different. It was kind of interesting because Leiden is so small and like quiet and quaint, and like it's a super nice city. I love it there. I really love it there. I was thinking about like how I would love to live there when I was there actually. That's how much I like it there.
It's like,
going to Utrecht was like, it was more bigger city vibes. Like there was a lot more like sketchier people around, you know, like where like people are asking for change and shit. Like it was a little bit more like grungy. The venue was often this like kind of not too far, like everybody rented bikes anyways. It was pretty close. Like by bike it was like a 8-minute bike from the hostel where most people were staying. And yeah, it was nice though, because like there was stuff open, you know, like after the event it was like, oh, we're gonna go to the bar because we can. Well, after the event was the after party, which was all just like kendama homies DJ, but we'll get there. And yeah, it was just like a nice city because like, you know, you could go get food at like I had a doner at like
multiple locations,
6 a.m. or something. Well, I had a falafel, not a doner, but like we went to like a doner spot at like 6 a.m.
Yeah,
you know, like just like all haggard and shit, just like I need food before bed kind of shit. 35 beers deep, fucking. Yeah, it was very cool, and it was fun to like explore somewhere new as well. You know, that's something that I've always enjoyed, was just going new places. And one thing I love I love and hate about all these kendama things is that there's this like track of events now that I go to every year, and it's the same events in the same places. And I love the events, and I'm gonna keep going to them, but I do crave some new adventure, you know. And I'm like, fuck, I would love to go. I want to go somewhere new where I don't know where I need to look at a map, you know, where I don't know where
things can be discovered.
And yeah, it's a different feeling, you know. But also, that being said, I think that's the kind of thing I like doing on my own more so than going to events, you know. Not necessarily alone, but like with a small group of like a couple people or something like that, or alone. Honestly, I like traveling alone as well because you always meet friends and then, you know, just travel with them and whatever, or meet other friends in the next place. And yeah, there's no shortage of cool people out there if you're willing to put yourself out there. That's for sure.
So was it like the last year where the whole kendama community like gathers at a park before or after the events and stuff? It seemed like I remember maybe a clip maybe it was before the High Receipts premiere, maybe that day. Everyone
there was a pre-sesh that day.
All the fucking like however many hundreds of bikes from the hundreds of kendama players who were there, right?
That was an epic day. It was a lot of people there. It was like Well, I think the event had about 700 people
700.
total.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure, but like with like spectators coming and going. Because one cool thing that they did was that on the final day they made entry free to anyone after 3 o'clock or whatever. So anybody from the general public could come for free and see the finals.
Yep.
Which is what we want everyone to see anyways, right? So they got a whole influx of people of just fresh people who don't even know kendama and just saw the posters that they put up all over the city. Or met one of us and came or something, you know, like,
because they saw gangs, groups here and there of like everyone messing with this cup and ball,
dude. Yeah,
like,
for sure. Like,
what?
I'd like anytime, but like talk to so many people. Like I've seen so many people with those. Like, what the hell's going on? You know, like they're like,
and dude, it was really cool to see last year how there were a lot of the public will come out and like right away just like ask people about it. Like the players, they'll be like, "Oh, what is that?" Like, yeah, I see droves of these you guys with this kendama, of this cup and ball thing. What is that? And they're more curious, and then they stop and from their walk or wherever they're going to just hear what this is.
Take some time to just figure it out and see what's up.
Which of course, I mean, won't happen in Japan because everybody knows the surprising thing that stands out is that it's like a non-Japanese person playing this kendama.
That's
thing.
What I was going to say.
Everyone stops and be like,
I honestly find that it's more so in Japan because people see a guy like me and like gaijin as fuck, and they're just like, "Wait, you're playing kendama?" And like, "Wait, is that a kendama? The way you're doing it, I have never seen before." You know, like kind of thing. And then the fact that I can like answer them in Japanese is like, then it's like,
well, there's another mind blown.
And they're just like, okay, who in the fuck is this guy? Like, you know,
wait.
And it's super fun. And but like it is nice everywhere, you know? And I've experienced that all over the world in places I don't speak the language also. Like when I was in India, I had that so many times, in Vietnam, like all those places, like,
which by the way, everyone, he has videos for. Where's that, on the Terra YouTube channel? On yours?
There is a bunch of them on the Terra YouTube. If you search Raw Dama versus the world, there's four of them.
See, the young strapping lad hanging out around the world,
climbing pyramids in Egypt and filming some Dama tricks up there on a Black Ozora in 2013.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
New event.
EKC.
How was the setup? You know, it seemed like there was a lot of the homies, a lot of volunteers within the community coming together to set it all up and get it rolling.
Same thing that
I think. Oh yeah.
I'm always been one of the people who I've never like. I always like I'm bad at signing up for the shit beforehand because I'm always flustered getting ready, doing all the shit.
Yeah.
But I always stick around and hang out and volunteer and shit. So this year I was better about it, and I've been trying to be better about that shit in general, of just actually like stating my intentions and shit. So I was actually a part of the volunteer squad this year.
Nice.
Last year as well, but last year wasn't official, and I remember at the end of it, Tio just like gave me one of the volunteered colored EKC shirts. He's like, "You earned it," but I was like, I didn't even like, thanks, bud. So I got one of those this year as well too.
Yeah.
For like just, you know, carrying tables and just doing what's got to be done.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like this event doesn't happen without people volunteering and helping tear down and like set up and stuff. Because like otherwise, either Tio's got to do it all himself, which is impossible. There's way too much to do.
Or hire a company who preps that stuff, and then it's like, no way. Yeah,
exactly. And like the venue did provide a couple people because he's paying for the venue and stuff, and they had their staff, so they did provide a few people that like know the building and yada yada.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it was like, no, we've set this stage up. This is the 4th year in a row now, so like we know how this stage works. You know, like we're gonna do this, like this and that, like. And so like I invite any of you that if you're listening and you go to kendama events, even if they don't have a volunteer program, which they probably should if they don't. I know NACO does. I'm pretty sure Battle does. I think your help is always welcomed, and if they don't need it, they'll just be honest about it and say they don't. You know.
Yeah.
So even if it's just picking up trash behind people, because everybody forgets things, everybody drops shit, forgets garbage here and there. You know, just help out your community.
Yep.
Huck a cup in the trash for your bud. You know.
A strip the
but yeah, that's important for events and shit. But
totally
coming back to the EKC, there was the setup was obviously different because it was a huge room. They had a big bar along the side,
massive ceiling,
very tall. Nobody was
long
pizza bouncing off that ceiling. And actually we only had half of the venue. So
Oh
half of the
wow.
venue was actually like walled off to a back part where
Okay.
like we drove the truck into the venue. Like that's how big this place is to
Whoa.
unload it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
massive. It's super and like even with that, there was an upstairs, like so the stage, if you're looking at the stage, to your left, there was like the bar that was like along the whole kind of thing. Directly behind you was like where the food and stuff was.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
right, there was like some vendors. So there was like Muge Muso,
Yep.
Origins, the EKC booth, and Chrome. And a lot of the vendors were only day 2. Like I was only vending day 2. Most people I think were only vending day 2, but there was a lot of vendors day 1 as well. And then behind at the very back, there was a raised like
Second
patio
level.
kind of like
Yeah.
second level that you could see the stage from still, which was sick.
Yep. That's what the
But
stream
up
was.
there was a lot. Yeah, exactly. And on either side of the stream, left and right, there was 2 sets of
Tables, vendors.
vendors.
Yeah.
That's where like a lot of the people were vending and whatnot
Nice.
as well. I was lucky. I got a table down on the main floor, right at the back near the food stuff.
Oh,
So I
nice.
didn't have, which was I thought was pretty good. I got to smell all the delicious food. I was
Yeah.
easy to hop in line when I needed to. Everybody saw my stuff because it was right there. You know, it was
Yes.
cool.
Yes. Good location.
But yeah, it wasn't bad. But yeah, it was a nice setup. It was the sound was pretty. They had the speakers were massive. They had about 10-foot tall stacks of speakers. I think it was more actually. It's probably 3 meters of speakers.
Yeah, I remember Biasi like did some bounces off of that.
Yeah, and those so he was on the stage doing that. Those speakers were standing on the ground. That's how tall they are.
Oh, okay, wow. Where were the judges located? Like center?
That was a problem. It's always a problem to find out where the judges should be because the judges need to see, and the crowd wants to be front and center.
Yeah.
Right? You want that mosh pit right up front, but the judges need to be able to see. So we spent a lot of time actually while setting up trying to figure it out, seeing what was best. If we go here, we were talking about putting them on like an elevated platform, but then it's like that doesn't work for the people at the back or like the stream.
Yeah,
you know, like there's lots of little moving parts and stuff. You can't put the judges directly in front of those massive speakers all day. You know, like that's not okay either. Oof. So they had to be in the center, obviously, to see as well. So it ended up working out. Just kind of rope off a little judge zone where only they can be, kind of thing, and no moshing in the judge zone. Yeah, and it seemed to be good. I think that was the best solution in the end because the judges could see everything. They were capable of making all the calls, you know, and although I bet you most people will tell you they thought Nonica should have. I love Adrian. I wanted to see him win too, but holy shit.
That's the one. That is the one.
There's always one every event.
There's always one. That was the one that many people talk about.
Yeah. I gotta say, man, I love you, Adrian, but Nonica won that. I was fucking flabbergasted. But,
yeah.
But hey, that's judging, man.
That happens. And dude, it feels like it's still like an issue that has happened that continues to happen, but I feel like it's something that no matter what kind of freestyle event that's happening, there's that chance. There's a percentage that is always open where the mistake in a way where because it was a split decision if I remember correctly.
Well, yes, it was. But this is the thing though, is you can't say that it's a mistake because those judges were chosen
that's true,
by the person who's organizing the event, and he put his trust in them to make the decision. So whatever they decide is what's going to happen, and that's all there is to it, you know. And that's what judging is, and it's a really tough position to be in, man. Like I had judged Catch and Flow the one year, and it was awful. It was so hard. Yeah, it was so difficult.
Totally poor choice of words from me. Yeah, not a mistake, but
no. I just wanted to clarify. You know,
makes sense. No, I totally agree. But it seems like within the community, what people look back, especially after the fact, it's easier to step outside of like people who are watching on the stream. But if you're not there in person, like it's the same as like playing kendama in your kitchen and then being on stage with the lights and the fucking music and
in a way, yeah,
it changes the atmosphere and your perspective on things when it's happening.
Also, like when you watch something one time and you have to make a decision right now is very different than when you can watch it 50 times, 100 times, and actually take the time to like truly like count how many spikes, like see how many tricks were landed versus missed, you know, stuff like that. Like, I don't know. So it is a tough thing.
Super
It's
tough.
like I did not judge, or I did not envy being those those judges, man. I was like, I was up on the stage on the side near the DJs, and I was looking at them, and I was like,
No.
I do not want to be Shadow right now. Fuck that.
Yeah, yeah. But so
But
that happened. That happened. The announcements within every event that happens, there's always a few announcements of who's turning pro, who's
there was a lot.
on what new team members, and of course, yeah, this round too, there was a lot of different people. You know, Rooney becoming pro for Soul,
Pro. ET
think
going pro for Lotus.
ET going pro for Lotus. That was a big surprise. I was like, wait, so is he off Ozora? It's like, no, he's still a part of Ozora, but it's just a dual sponsorship, which is rare in the community, but not unheard of.
Totally.
It has happened before. I mean,
if anybody's gonna put in the work to pull it off, it's him. Nobody films as much. He could be sponsored with his left hand from Ozora and his right with Lotus, or vice versa. You know, like
all Lotus pro mods are strong left-handed.
Oh my god, that would be such a crazy gimmick. ET, if you're listening, do that. That's, I mean, it's too late, but that's so sick.
Next round. Oh shit. And Qing Yang going GT.
That was a huge pickup for GT and for Qin Yang. I think that's super sick.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how I think she's a great fit for their team, and I'm excited to see how that all works out with time.
Yeah, she's like destroying this past like year and a half. She's just like going to so many events and just like really putting herself out there to be noticed. More
just
and
showing
more.
up, and she's fucking honed. She's so good.
Yes. I mean, that's just adds to the reason why she's able to like stand out when she goes to those different events.
Well, and like, to be fair, I mean, we love to see more like girl shredders, you know, like we need more to come in and just like actually be able to podium. Like, the guys should be afraid of the women. There shouldn't be this, like, you know, and
I think they are.
I mean, they are.
Sure
they are. They are. I
Totally.
mean, a few of them for sure. We need more, you know, a little more equality on that stage would be sick.
More. And it's interesting to see like how maybe it's just within the Japanese ladies where there's a lot of like stall tricks, which are the focus, or where that's like the really strong point, the style that they have.
I honestly, like, I've noticed that a lot of female players in general are very stally, you know, like, I don't know if it's just like that delicate, like, mind, like just like that's, I don't know what it is, but it's something, you know, and they're all fucking so awesome, and I just want to see more of it.
Yes. So that's cool. But Qing Yang comes,
but there is
sling master. And it's cool to see her style, because it's not what I've commonly seen within the women group of stalls, which are amazing. But
she's like, way more on the like techie, shreddy kind of like shred, juggles,
straight up,
dude.
Shred.
So since she's on the GT team, there was a moment where I came back to the hostel from somewhere. I was getting dinner. I don't even remember what night it was, but it was one of the nights in Utrecht. And I roll up to park my bike, and there's this rowdy crew, outside of the hostel, just fucking screaming and shit. And I'm like, of course, it's the Damanerds, you fucking idiots. What the hell is going on over here? So I go over here to check it out, and fucking, of course, what's happening is, I guess GT got some, like, a very small amount of like some raptor cleared Tamas. So they had one, and it was like Kaito and Qin Yang playing a full game of kendama to battle for who gets the Tama. And it was like epic. Like, they were at the last AA. Like, it was
shit.
It was the tricks they were doing were fucked up. And I was like, so I rolled up and I was like, oh, these idiots. And then I'm like, let's fucking go.
Adding to it.
And then I became part of the problem. But it was no problem. It was sick. Nobody said anything, actually. That was one nice thing about being in Utrecht. If we were in Leiden, I don't think that would have flown, you know. We would have got shut down, or at least yelled at. But nobody gave a shit there. It was bystanders were walking by going like, huh, weird.
Continue on.
But so that was a funny moment to see those games again. It was epic. And if I'm not mistaken, they got to the end and they were like best 2 out of 3. And they went again. They went again. I think Kaito won in the end, but it was a really close game. Kaito's a monster. I mean,
dude, seriously.
no shame
I
in
mean,
losing to that
awesome.
little fucker. He's not little anymore.
He's so tall.
Dude.
The announcements, amazing, awesome. Many things happen. Of course, winners go up on stage, give it all they got, and there was there's a few people who really shine. There's a few people who couldn't, probably were a little disappointed with themselves on their performance, but hey, that's what you get. It's a roll of the dice when you step on that stage, and how you're feeling in that moment on that day. How many
Soremo mata jinsei, bud.
exactly. That's bud. But there's a few highlights that really stood out, and I think, of course, it's the people like Adrian, doing really well again, in podiuming, Ryoga coming out, just seeing little Naru, 9-year-old
Oh my
Naru,
god, dude. Yeah,
coming out to
I
Japan.
battled Naru in the open, and he took me out of the open. That I told so many people this, and they're like, people who aren't in the community who don't know, and I'm like, yeah, I lost to a 9-year-old, and they're like, what? Like, did you let him win? I'm like, no, I did not let him win. I was trying to fucking beat that little fucker. There was no way. I didn't have a chance.
No,
but it was cool to see him there for sure, man. Him and his mom were having a good time.
Yeah.
I was a little bit honestly worried for them, especially his mom,
to see
because of it
what the
being
European scene
Europe
was like.
and like,
yeah.
everybody's smoking doinks, is like we're all drinking and
Yep,
like,
yep.
I don't know if she knew what it was. I didn't bring it up, but I like,
smell. It's like, oh,
I mean,
smell like
nobody
tobacco.
knows the smell in Japan though.
Not nobody. You don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe she smokes.
No. Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't bring it up.
Maybe she did a working holiday in Canada.
I hope so. Maybe that's why Naru's so sick. But no, I went over and just like asked, like, like, how you doing? Like, how's Europe treating you? Like, it's cool here. Everybody's nice, eh? And they were just like so stoked. Like everybody was just like Naru, and Naru's like everyone's little brother. He's like up on the shoulders of everybody.
Yeah, man.
And he's just like such a little G. He's so cool. Such a cool kid, man. He's a little shy at first. He's like 9 years old.
Yeah.
There was one moment where like a couple of the homies were sitting at the park, and a couple of the homies were like taking Dama dares and like race to lace this Dama dare kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Naru was like, him and Soma were talking, and he was like, oh, I want to do it too, kind of thing. And I was like, so I heard it, and I looked over, and I was like, hey guys, Naru wants to come in too. And they were like, oh, and he was like, okay. And,
nice.
and then he turned on, right? And it was
awesome.
Like,
yeah. It was a language he could speak, kendama.
Well, yeah, exactly, right? I think that was part of it for sure. Also, he's like up to everybody's kneecaps. He like everybody's so tall in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's like literally he's so tiny. It was awesome. It was so cool to have him. I was an honor and a privilege to lose to him. Honestly, awesome. It was great
to see him. Maharu made it out as well.
Yeah, Maharu killed it.
That was awesome. And
there was a lot of Japanese homies. A lot of like unsponsored Japanese homies were there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. There was like one who is a part of the Ozora team, or
yeah. There was. I'm pretty sure
there was some past
was like 20 Japanese
players.
Yeah, there was.
There was like 2 maybe past or former Sioux.
I don't remember the one homie's name. I've only met him like once or twice, but I remember his face, and he's really good. And he was like in the finals and shit. Like I want to say it's Kazuki, but it's not Kazuki. I'm botching. But anyway, lots of good Japanese homies came out.
There were a few people who came out who were non.
I didn't like do it or any, like what I wanted to do before. I was joking because I was like, yeah, so I'm just making this trophy for you, dude. When I told him I was making the trophies, because like I talked to them a lot, and whatever. And when he heard I was making the trophy, he's like, I'm coming for that thing, kind of thing. So it was a really funny moment to like actually hand it to him after he fucking crushed. I was just like, here you go, buddy. Let's fucking go. It was fucking and Ryoga too, honestly. Giving one to Ryoga was sick.
Yes. Dude.
It was very that was a nice like those two, like those first place trophies were my babies. Like I put so much work into those, and it was such a nice, like, for one thing, it was such a feeling to like have them all put together and finish, because I had to glue the base together. I brought them unglued, and I brought glue with me. I glued the base together at the venue.
Yeah.
So like once I did that was the last step, and I put them on the table next to the stage, and I was like
that's it.
But then I had to give them out on stage, which was an absolute pleasure.
Nice.
I did miss the beginner ones, which pissed me off. I fucking slept in, which I never do event days. I
Oh,
slept
wow.
in and I didn't make it to the event on time, and I missed it, and I was fucking mad. Luckily, Ole was there, and Ole gave him out for me. He's a good replacement, if anybody. But shout out Ole.
Man. But Yasu's win, dude. Yasu's win. Yasu's run.
Yasu crushed.
And of course, the final motions that he decided on jumping into the stage, into the fucking audience.
Dude. So rowdy. I mean, I think like Yasu like knew he had it in the bag in the finals, you know, like once he beat Ryoga, he knew that he could beat Rudney.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and fucking hats off to Rudney. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Sidestep.
Not that Rudney wasn't capable by any means.
Rudney has been doing so well freestyle these past 2-3 EKCs where he's made it past the first elimination round, and he continues to shred throughout.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing. I'm sure he felt like it was amazing to see, not, you know, the day prior to be announced pro, but then going up to the finals.
Using that pro mod in the finals, like that's crazy. Yeah,
that's off. That's so fucking awesome to see. But then back to the fucking crowd surfing, dude. It's like,
dude, I mean, Yasu is like, he has a brain about this shit, you know, like he was doing tricks against Ryoga that he knew that he had to do to win, you know, like he did like the 10 tap jug late thumb sling down spike, you know.
His thumb slings was on point that night,
you know, like that shit was crazy.
So it's a fast hand,
and then like you know, when it was against Rudney, where Rudney was doing the Tama in the mouth thing. Yasu did it as well, you know, like he goes to fuck around. Like he will get up in his opponent's face, and like, you know, like when I battled him, he like did a move where he like danced and like stabbed me with the Ken and like spun around and shit. I was like, you know, like what do you do against that?
Showman,
like,
dude, yeah.
No,
so
and, like,
awesome.
Yeah, it was super sick. And he performed with Zumadanke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The 3-man Zumadanke performance, that was fucking epic.
What was that about? Was there any announcement of that?
Originally, EG wasn't supposed to make it. It was it was gonna be Kodaman and Yasu. Yasu was gonna take EG's place.
Yeah.
But then EG last minute ended up making it, so the 3 of them did it.
Okay. I like how they just stepped to the side, Zumadanke, and just like, all right, Yasu, just like shred for like 10 seconds right now.
Weird.
That was cool to see. But
Yasu
that was like
10 minutes and everybody would be just as stoked.
That was awesome. That was another thing I forgot about that was really a surprise. Awesome for the Euro scene to see that at a kendama event. I know Zumadanke has been to Europe like years ago, doing like a tour around to different like Japan Fest type of events. But awesome to see at a kendama event. And
no, it was awesome. It was. I know a lot of the Euro homies were very excited to see Zumadanke in person because, you know, like
legendary.
Most of us in the old school, especially, were like, you know, that was some of the first like pro kendama player shit you ever saw on YouTube. Is if you search kendama, that's what you get.
Yeah,
is the greatest kendama ninjas or whatever, the Kuma films of you know, like that's what comes up.
Or leather pants dude at the car meet.
Or that, well, back in the that's older than the Zumadanke stuff, but yeah,
we're from the Kuma films,
but yeah,
there, and then you got fucking master crafter Iwata-san going over there, you know,
dude. The new Muso shit is crazy, dude. What the fuck? What is this? I love that guy's brain, dude. I've like I sat and talked with him forever about them, and I broke down with him so much. I'm just being like, dude. You're a fucking animal. What the hell are you doing threading wood? Why? That's crazy. The fact that you figured out how to do that in a good way is crazy.
Right.
Like, what the fuck, man? And we were talking, joking. He was just like, I just, you know, I like difficult shit, apparently. I was like, apparently? I
dude.
See it. Like I thought I liked difficult shit. I was
right?
Like,
it's like how can you take it like next level from all of like the splicing and lamination that he does? Because he's gone ridiculous into that. It's like, threaded wood,
and it's actually super sick. I wish I didn't like. I was at my booth and I was busy and shit. I didn't really get a chance to go like look around and like buy stuff, and so I'll have to do it another time. But I wanted to get one to actually like sesh and see what it's like. Like they seem solid as fuck, and like the fact that you can thread it and unthread it means you can just like you're gonna go for a slinger trick. You just thread it a little bit, make that spike a little shorter. Now it's your chin yang, you know, and then you fucking
would it
thread it back in a little bit, and it's fucking now you're Kaito, and you can do inward lunars and shit.
There's still enough friction that it sticks. The grip
string goes,
is there.
I don't know, like
with
seemingly,
okay, with the string. Okay, maybe that gives it enough grip.
Wow. I haven't played one really. I fucked with one a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah.
I thought it was just like lock and unlock, like that's it.
Some crazy shit.
Ooh.
Man. Very cool.
But awesome.
And it was just awesome to see him, and like Masako-san came out, you know. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to see her in Europe. That was fun.
Right.
I really, really wanted them all to stay at the after party longer. They dipped pretty early, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I snagged Iwata for a couple beers. That was nice. And actually, Thorny, James Thorne Seinson, if any of you guys know who he is, good old fucking Thorny motherfucker. He brought some Mugins to EKC because he's a big nerd and has like a Mugen collection. He used to have 2 different colored yin yang Mugins, which is crazy.
Whoa.
Like yin yang Tama, but the dragon on the Ken, we had a pink one and a blue one. Which
okay.
I think he sold them both to Sweets. I'm pretty sure the ones that are in the Sweets Museum.
They've made their way. Oh man.
But so he brought a purple Mugen, which is like
okay.
super rare. You don't see those.
You only get those. That was at like the JKA at some like exclusive event. Type product.
Like 30 years ago or some shit. Or maybe it was only 20 actually. I think it was only 20. Yeah. But because Iwata-san mentioned that, he was like, yeah, this was like 20 years ago that like these were only available there. He's like, wow. And so he got Yasu did 1 airplane on it on the stage at EKC. That's the only trick that has ever been done on it. He asked Yasu to do it. And then he got Iwata-san to sign it.
Ooh.
Mad nerd shit. It was funny. I've never seen Thorny so like fanboy. He's like,
wow, yeah.
Oh, Rod, can you help me talk to Iwata-san? Like,
I mean, it was fucking awesome. Like he is like god tier within like the old school kendamas of like what was rare, what was sought after, and
I mean,
to like the point of how people maybe look at like the hype beast of Sulab friction tamas, but he was handcrafting that shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
The whole
before
like
all that.
Oh my gosh, just everyone go back to Mugen's in the house and that opening scene where Sanders just like explaining he said, my son, run to the forest or like run to the factory and create the best kendama. Like that just he is
the most Colin Sanders thing ever. I love it. Actually, nerd homework for you nerds. Go watch Mugen's in the house.
Just for that opening clip,
even if you've seen it already.
Oh yeah, go back to
get in there.
It was so good, and it just like really, really solidifies of the image of how we saw that, like what we would imagine this guy Iwata-san creating Mugens back in the day, and like that was his sole purpose, to create the fucking best kendama.
I love it, like being able to talk to him now and like be closer with him and like bro down and shit, because I'm like, fuck, this guy's no different than me. He's just a huge nerd. He just got real into it, you know, and I'm just like, this is fucking sick. Like, I love it. And honestly, like, it's inspiring also as somebody who also makes shit and stuff, you know. I'm like, fuck, maybe one day I can be like Iwata-san. You know? Like, because I just made my first trophies. You know, that was the first time making trophies that weren't like a kendama. I was super excited to show him those trophies.
Yeah, because he's been doing it since first.
And so for him to like look at them and be like, very nice. I was like, that stroked the ego in the right spot. That was nice. You know,
I bet, dude.
It was good. It was a nice moment for me, for sure. Very fulfilling,
dude.
It made all that hard work worth it. Not just that, but like also like, you know, showing everybody and like giving it to people, and like even honestly, the trophy, or not the trophy, sorry, the medals for beginner and intermediate were almost my favorite part. They turned out so sick. And I'm gonna do more stuff like that too in the future for sure, because those were like very fun to make.
Yeah, those look really.
And I have way more ideas. The trophies, I'm like, I want to make more, but I don't have as many ideas for those. And the ones I do have are crazy, and it's gonna take me forever to figure it out.
Right.
But we'll get there.
That was awesome to see. That was like another really cool thing about EKC. Just, you know, asking you to create those. Someone within the community, someone especially who's been a part of EKC for like so long now. Behind the scenes and whatnot. It feels like there was so many like amazing things that happen, but then hey, here comes announcements from Tio on his like Instagram, sharing the fact that what do you guys think about next year? Give me reasons why we should do it and how could you help out and stuff. And that from someone on the outside looking at the event who enjoyed it so much and previously was like, hoping to someday in the future go to it. It kind of caught me off guard to be like, oh shit, was there something that didn't happen as it should have?
It's like anything though, like any creative person, anything that's making things is like you could spend like if you're painting a painting, it's never finished.
Yeah, no.
Like you're always gonna want to come back and like put a little more shading on this one spot or something. Like there's always little things. And in order to like get better and better, you just have to keep working at it and keep doing those things. And the event is no different, and when it's something that you're building, like this is an event for the community, right? So why wouldn't you want to know what the community actually wants? Like, why wouldn't you want to hear from their mouth, like what they're looking for or what they thought could have been better? Yeah. Even if it is like just one person's perspective, it's still a perspective of the community, right? And yeah, I think that's like, I'm sure that's a lot of work for him to go through all that and to read it all and to take all of that into account and make mental notes of it. Or physical notes, I guess, but I can't imagine, and I don't even know how many people even respond to that or whatever, but it's a cool thing, and I think that if you were there or not and you have ideas for it, I think it's worth reaching out and stuff because Tio's also like always, like we were talking about, always trying to collaborate and like make cooler shit with more cool people, like, giving people a chance to do cool shit, Yeah, like I wouldn't have learned all that like laser engraving and like epoxy resin casting shit and like making these trophies and shit. I wouldn't have done that if Tio hadn't like trusted me and asked me to make the trophies,
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking cool.
Dude. Hopefully everything pans out to be positive for like in everyone's side. Like I'm just thinking about the interviews I did from the last year and hearing about him specifically talking about financial perspective and
that's
how
always the hard
he's
part with
taking
anything,
risks
right?
and stuff and how sometimes those risks can be pushed in a positive direction or something that maybe didn't happen the way that you really wanted to. So you have to kind of like recuperate for a second and try to figure out what's the next best move so that, of course, you can continue doing it, but as well as it to be a successful thing and within the community itself and the scene. Probably a lot of pressure as EKC is growing, becoming this big thing in the spotlight of now pressure to have it like move forward. And this is what we're seeing now with Sweets and Nako of how they've created within their team of being like, let's make it this awesome thing. Let's add these extra bits and stuff. But in turn, that's what created this maybe more difficulties of continuing it in that fashion to them, asking it to the community, what do you think and everything? And people being like, hey, it's totally fine if we don't need all these specific things. It's awesome to have. But so that communication is
100%
important.
And that's like what I was talking about with the whole like volunteer thing and like just like if you're at an event, like help out as much as you can, man. Do what you can, even if it is just giving your thoughts afterwards. Like that's something, because it is for you. If you're even just enjoying it from afar, these events are for you also, and there's no reason to not like be a part of it, even if it is some small way like that.
Yep. Everything we do,
we all do what we can.
Yeah.
It's all the kendama community is the same as Tim's farm, as La Boule d'Herbe,
Oh.
It's just one little amalgamation of people just want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is just help each other out and just fucking do the damn thing.
But you can go shirtless if you want. You don't got to worry about crop top.
Maybe. That's up to you. I like the crop top person. I like being shirtless as much as the next guy, but the crop top I got was pretty sick.
Oh shit! Oh man! Man! Okay. Well, hey, you just showed on camera, and maybe the people in the audio heard a little Geekerson, this is something that has been coming into the kendama, taking over, maybe something that I would definitely try over golf, frisbee golf. Tell us about the
well, first of all, disc golf is sick. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not sick for me personally.
I know. I'm just busting your balls. But so this, what a lot of these nerds have been calling a geeker is actually called a capirucho.
Yes.
And it's a toy from South America, Guatemala, El Salvador, kind of specifically. It's just a little cap kind of looking thing.
Almost looks like a bolero.
Like this is one that I made, so it's not like maybe not the traditional shape.
Yeah.
But basically it's like a kendama, but what you do is you yank it. You don't you don't do nothing. There's no earth. Why earth? You got a kendama and an earth turn. Why are you gonna do anything else? Just fucking yank, geek this shit. You know, that's what it's for. And yeah, people have been really stoked on it. I first saw them, the Kendama Depot homies, when we were in Richmond for Fair Games. They came across a guy, I think before coming to Richmond, they came across a guy that was from El Salvador that had one. It was just sitting there, just geeking, just hitting them, bang, bang, bang. And they, of course, were losing their fucking minds. Like, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We need to put the Cole's bass cup and ball jet down. What's this next one, you know? What's the next thing that's going to take over?
So what they did was, I think they traded him for a kendama is what they did. So they had the one.
And they had the one.
Then
that's how it all starts.
We played with it a whole bunch in Richmond and stuff. And they kept breaking it and gluing it together and breaking it and gluing it together. And I was like, man, I can make that pretty easily, I feel like. Like, I'll when I get back, I'll make some, you know? So I made a bunch and I brought them to EKC and sold them all at EKC. I only made 10.
Yeah.
But then like I should have made 100. Honestly, everybody fucking wanted one.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll do a pre-order thing. So I have a bunch of ones that are on pre-order that I'm like pretty much done. By the time this comes out, I'll have them sent out.
Nice.
But yeah, so I did a bunch of those and like, yeah, it's kind of a fun little thing to make. They're a cool thing to have. I can make them way quicker than a kendama, so like I don't have to charge crazy amounts. Which is nice because I don't know, I love making kens and stuff, and I will continue to do it. But I understand why people can't buy them as often as, you know, like they're expensive, and it takes me time to make them, and it's taken me a long time to get to the point where it doesn't take me like 8 hours anymore. You know, like So there's also that. You know, I got 10 years of practice under my belt, so. But yeah, and like I was saying before, is I'm trying to push my stuff a little bit more. So I also brought I made a bowl. It was an ash bowl with a walnut rim around the top, and I lasered
in there.
You could put your weed in there. It was a big bowl though. It was like cereal bowl size.
Oh,
put a lot of weed in there. And I laser engraved the logo that's on the big cup of my Pro Mod, the like circle with the dots. That is right in the middle of the bowl. I made one of those. I made to bring and sell at EKC.
Nice.
Like I'm just trying to like branch out and stuff. I have some ring cores coming, so I'm gonna be making rings with like metal cores and stuff. I'm gonna make a bunch of those. Probably drop some for Van Jam because you know Van Jam's coming up.
Van Jam
stuff for sale there. Van Jam. July 19th.
Oh hey, dude, it's around the corner.
I know. I'm gonna have 6 people staying in my house from the sounds of it.
Ooh, there we go.
It's gonna be crazy.
Van Jam.
Yes.
So dude, it's awesome to see that you're creating more stuff, and there you go, the capirucho. We'll see who else.
What I'm getting at is stay tuned, nerds, because I will be posting some more stuff about a website that I'm working on, and just having some more stuff available. Support your local nerds so that I don't have to fucking landscape anymore, and I can still come to events.
And and create more yank happiness for everyone.
And honestly, like one of my things with all of this too is I want to do more stuff too. I want to learn new skills. I want to do other shit. Like I've been very inspired lately with making these trophies and capiruchos and rings and all these new projects and
different things.
And like different things. I'm like, fuck, I can do whatever the hell I put my mind to. So like, I'm like, you know, if you got an idea, you want something, like, let's fucking talk. I'll do some custom shit and figure it out. I'm super down.
There you go.
Use my skills. Give me your brains so you can use my skills.
If you want some wooden devil sticks,
that would be crazy. Actually, damn.
Episode 7-1 was this one.
Man,
we've been nerding for a while. I don't even feel we did EKC conversations, but I feel like
Didn't even talk about my whole trip yet.
I was about to say, yeah, that was a small
the rest of it was less Dama related, but like with Dama homies, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Long story short, well, real quick, just to round the story out, right? Why not? Just one more hour, real quick.
One more.
So after
don't turn off
BKC,
the shits now. Don't turn the volume.
You thought it was over?
You're about to get back home?
No. Sit the fuck down. No. So after BKC, I ended up staying on the farm longer. I didn't know what to do. I was like, fuck, there's a million things I could do.
How long
were you in Europe? Almost a month. I extended my flight because I found a cheap flight and I was like, I'm not ready to go home. Fuck this shit. So I booked a flight a week later. It was only $300 and I got some money back for canceling my other one. So it was like a no-brainer, really. So I got a ride from the farm after staying there for a few extra days with Oscar and Luan and just geeking hard and hanging out and helping them tear down after the event and stuff and get the farm back to normal and yada yada. And what else did we do? We did all sorts of stuff. I ended up going to a Palestine protest with the homies in Angers. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were chanting in French, which was fun. Yeah. Fucking free Palestine. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, I went to Angers and I caught a bus, the worst fucking Flix bus I've ever been on. I was trying to sleep. I could not fucking sleep at all. Fucking, I got on at like 10 p.m. and it arrived at 6:30 a.m. in Lyon. And it was just awful. But Lyon has this thing called Velov, which is like a bike service. So there's bikes all over the city and you can just rent them and they're super cheap. It's fucking crazy cheap. It's 15 euros for the whole year for this service.
Whoa.
For the whole year, 15 euros. It's insane. I don't know how they make money. It makes no sense. But it's really handy. So, and luckily, the homie Oscar fucking gave me his login code. So I just fucking hop on the Velov from the station,
grab it
for a bike. I found Toto's house by memory. I was like, oh, I know where I am. Let's go. Sick. I hadn't been in Lyon in 2 years. Hung out for 2 days in Lyon before going up to Les Deux Alpes with Oscar to go hang out with Alex, who's living up there.
Yeah.
And dude, it's so sick up there. Just
that looked ridiculous, man.
Crazy mountains. It was so nice. Yeah, I was only up there for like 4 days, but it was super nice to be up there. A little bit chiller, like temperature wise and just like vibe wise. It was so nice. Just hanging out with the homies, filmed some kendama tricks, you know, like went and looked at the mountains,
make some sandwiches,
played a bunch of brotato. It was fucking sick.
Brotato? What's that?
Yeah, it's a stupid video game that we got into. We don't need to talk about Brotato. But then I went back to Lyon for another night or two, and it was only one night actually, because Soma was in Lyon as well. So I got to see Soma one more time. Stayed at the homie Smoozy's place, where Jesus just moved in with him from one kendama.
Okay,
so they have just a Dama pad, just all the homies.
Man.
It was sick. We hung out there for a bit, and then I made my way back to Leiden, where I stayed with Loda, and Loda was like, yo, we're going to pick you up on the boat. I was like, what the fuck do you mean pick me up on the boat?
Whoa.
And turned out one of the canals was closed, so they couldn't make it to the station. So they had to drive the boat all the way around the city to Plansoon, where we met up for the sesh before.
Yeah.
And me and Loda dropped my shit off, went down there, went for this boat ride around Leiden. And that's what I was getting at earlier when I was like, fuck, I could live here, man. Because like I was going through the downtown on the boat was like, oh. And there's so many boats that people just live there.
So yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I'm like, I need to live on a boat in the Netherlands, maybe here, honestly. I need my shop. That's my big thing. If I could bring my shop on a boat, sail the boat everywhere. Actually.
In there.
So why stop at the Netherlands? Just fucking come there for EKC.
It's a gnarly.
Sail to KWC. I might make it by KWC.
I think Danny Kendama has like 3 boats now, so maybe you can grab one off him.
I don't think any of his boats, all of his boats put together, I would not sail across an open ocean with. I'm sorry, Danny, but no. I think you would agree with me here, but but yeah. And then tragically I had to come back and go back to work, you know, as Soremo Mata Jinsei.
Yep, there you go. Soremo Mata Jinsei. That's the Japanese quote for a lesson for this episode, everyone.
And that's the way she fucking goes, bud.
Episode 7-1.
There you go.
Hopefully you all had a good one in this mini EKC wrap up. Hopefully you are still hanging out. Hopefully you're still stoked on the nerds because
hell yeah, there's more to come.
There's more to come. That's it.
We nerds ain't done yet. We say it every time. We'll say it again. I said it once. I'll say it again. We nerds ain't fucking done yet. This nerd ball is fucking rolling.
We're rolling.
And that is also Soremo Mata Jinsei, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Shit. So hey, if you're interested at all to support, check out the Kendertainment Patreon page. You can do so right there. $1 a month or even more. Thank you all so much. You're amazing.
And I mean, hey, if you want access to that Matt Ballard interview we're talking about, you need to be a Patreon, unless you're at EKC and grabbed one of those zines from me.
Hey, but I'll be on the lookout for Rod and a website of his drop in to see the amazing other things that he's crafting. Support that dude. And,
please buy my shit.
Yeah, designs for more kendama merch coming from Kendertainment.
That's what's up. Support the homies. Be a part of your community. Clean up your trash. Free Palestine. Love your neighbor. Fucking hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
On that note, these nerds are out.